Hello there. I wrote a couple poems a few days ago, but they're kind of a downer, and I'm feeling more positive today, so I don't really feel like reading them. Poems are so much of the moment. They're temporal. I can look at a poem that I wrote yesterday and not really get what I was thinking. So instead I wrote something else on the idea of spiritual magnetism, the magnetic draw we have to everything that sort of ties in with the New Age theory of the law of attraction. And anyway, this is based on something that came to me while I was in conversation with a friend a number of months ago. I never actually got around to doing a video on it. So this is what I wrote. People are drawn into groups. Friends are drawn to each other. Lovers are drawn together. Chores call upon us. Fun lures us in. Obsession holds us in. Fear traps us in. Want drives us. Doubt holds us back. The light opens our eyes. The dark summons us to dream. The clock entices alarm. Fading clouds encourage calm. Laughter makes you smile. Crying makes you sad. A celebration energizes you. A tragedy lowers you. What you give creates for others, and what others create gives to you. What the earth gives creates for you, and we all create for the earth. Everything I just said speaks of magnets. We are drawn in like magnets to everything, and everything is drawn to us. Yet, we can resist if we wish, and pick new magnets to be drawn to. To turn off your mind and meditate is to release yourself from magnets. To float without sensation and pull, to float without sensation and pull or restraint, and to be just one in yourself. The moment you open your eyes, you return to the world of magnets. Only their power has faded temporarily, and you can float between them. Easily they can draw you in again, for pain or for pleasure. Their power never ceases, but you have the will to resist. And yet we are all drawn into this world and into these bodies. That has to be intended. There has to be a reason for this magnetic attraction that holds us here, that lures us here, and that keeps us here, and that wakes us up every day and pulls us along. It is by will that we go with this magnetic current, and so there is a reason. I think that it goes beyond anything that we can understand in the mind or feel in our cruder instincts. I think that it's something that you get in the heart, intuitively, a feeling. And I think that basically is what you might call spiritual energy. Life is about spiritual energy. If you do meditate and separate yourself from all magnetic attraction, metaphorically speaking, of course, when I'm talking about magnetic pulls here. So indeed, we are like magnets, being attracted to each other like magnets, but if you disconnect from those magnetic pulls, you would actually feel a little bit empty, perhaps. Not necessarily sad, but disconnected. It is energizing to connect to things. Without magnetic pulls or attractions, I wouldn't have thoughts and ideas. I wouldn't have inspiration. I wouldn't have emotions. I wouldn't be in my body right now. It allows us to experience and to grow. In other words, for our souls, for our consciousnesses to expand. Intellectually, we say, well, expanding our horizons, but the soul, the personality of the soul, the intelligence, the awareness can grow. There's such a thing as old souls, people who supposedly have been reincarnated in this world for a very long time. And then there are new souls who are new to this world. I definitely think of myself as a new soul. Although not necessarily a new soul, I shouldn't say, but new to this world. I never really felt like I belong here in the spiritual sense, but I guess I must, or I wouldn't be here. Anyway, it's all about energy, and what we get from each other is energy. I can give energy to you, and you can give energy from me to me. And so any togetherness, whether it be friendship or love of family or between lovers, is an energy built and shared between two people or between more people. And so it is an exchanging of energy that revitalizes us. And I think that ultimately seems to be what life is about. And we think about it and make it out to be something more. But all of our thoughts come into being through magnetic draws, through emotions that come into being from magnetic draws. It's all magnetic. I just thought I'd share that insight, that idea that occurred to me on a conversation one day, that basically we are magnetic poles. And that would tie in with the theory of the law of attraction, that we draw in all these different magnetic poles. So perhaps to be a more positive magnetic pole and to pull in more positive situations or more positive people or whatever it might be into your life, a meditation, a removal from the magnetic, the negative magnetic draws could allow you to refresh your perspective, give you a sense of enlightenment, and thus to return to the world more clear, more positive, and more open to more positive magnetic draws. Because you can decide which magnetic draws to go with and which not to. But not to go into any means you don't get to experience the adventure of life. You don't get to be revitalized and re-energized. Peace.